NBA Straya, how are you going? Hang on. Are you good? You should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's Thursday, December 4, which basically means it's Friday, which means the week's over. So just, look, you've got it on my authority to pack her up, boys. Get on the tins. Just saying. This is NBA Straya's best and worst of the day for Thursday, December 4. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios, and Chris Paul is no longer an LA Clipper. What a story. Let's start there with the daily whip around. Bang. Chris Paul got kicked off the Clippers because he was too annoying. It was bound to happen at some point. Right? There's like the F around and find out line is the same thing with like be really annoying, but how good are you at basketball? If the annoying overtakes the good at basketball point and all you're doing is pissing off everybody around you on the team, guess what? They're going to go, I've seen enough. Go home. So he posted, just found out I'm being sent home, which is amazing. It's like a 2-hour flight, Miami to Atlanta. They've gone after that like Miami loss. They roll in. They go, I've just been berated for 2 hours by Chris Paul. I'm done. I can't deal with it. Ty Lue has like apparently not spoken to him in weeks, which is awesome. Apparently his leadership style clashed with the Clippers. Because the Clippers' leadership style is don't do anything ever to annoy Kawhi, right? Don't say anything about your weird, annoying, non-leader leader. And Chris Paul clearly came into the Clippers and went, what's up with this weird dude? Why is he so weird? Going he play all the time? Hey, Kawhi, what's up with you? Why are you so weird? Kawhi, that's not an answer. Like, are you going to play tonight? I just want to know, are you going to play tonight? I mean, are you ready to, take this team to the promised land? Oh, no, you're too busy getting paid that fake tree money. Wasn't that a Radiohead song? Anyway, so apparently Lawrence Frank got called out by Chris Paul as well, which didn't go over great. Apparently he apologized, Chris Paul, but everyone's just like fed up with his antics of being, I don't know, holding people accountable, being an actual leader. The Clippers like, that's enough of that. We don't want any of this. That's why we've got James Harden here and Kawhi Leonard here. We don't want any actual leadership. Come on. We're the Clippers. Morons. So, look, get him on the Thunder. I know that they've already got 15 players. You're going to have to cut somebody. Sorry, young buck, but we're going to bring back Chris Paul. He's the one who turned this entire thing around. So bring him back. Just let him ride off into the sunset with a title like he's Gary Payton on the Heat. Or at least let him join the Lakers and he can finally play with LeBron and they can not win a title together for a year, which would be kind of fun. Hey, Giannis! That's the other big story today. Does he want out of Milwaukee? Is it Algonquin for the good land? Not today. But at the same time, so in a surprise twist, Shams is very hypey. He's got a lot of loud noises and very little substance. That's the Shams approach, right? He's like, Giannis wants to talk to the Bucks about his future. It's like, so it's not a trade request. I didn't say that. It's like, all right, Shams. So wanted to chat with the Bucks about his future and whether or not it's with another team, whether it's this team, whatever. So you've got actual journalists, not Shams, so actual people who journalize. We're out there going, look, we've spoken to some team sources and they're downplaying the severity of the situation. There's no formal trade request. And that makes sense. This is Giannis floating out a trial balloon because they can't really do anything until like December 15 anyway, when you've got a bunch of the contracts that got signed in the offseason become tradable. That's that key date. So yeah, this is like the trial balloon. And then boom, in the first quarter today, Giannis pings a calf or something. They say that it's not an Achilles. He goes down like he's been shot, non-contact injury. And the basketball gods are like, that's what you get. That's what you get. When you're disloyal, Giannis. And Giannis is like, I am not, I have somehow displeased the gods. So that's right. So I said this on yesterday's NBA show. It's a lot of smoke. It's a lot of smoke. I don't think he's going to get traded right now. They just basically have to like canvas the league. Then you got Windy coming out and go, look, they're not going to like go out there and just go, who wants him? Who wants him? They're going to find who Giannis wants to go to and get the best deal from that team, which sounds wildly stupid. But by the same token, this is a Bucks team that employs like every Antetokounmpo under the sun. So, yeah, can't really question their judgment in this. Yeesh. Anyway, so look, with him being injured, that throws a bit of a spanner in the works. But there's still lots of fun, interesting ideas out there. We'll break them down very quickly on tomorrow's NBA Straya at length. Atlanta is a very fun one because they could have the Bucks pick for next year. They've also got other Bucks picks. So here's your picks back, idiots. And here's an extreme zinger meal. I mean, why not have a crack?
Extreme zinger meal.
Maybe Trae Young as well. What could we do? What else do you want? But Giannis on the Hawks would just be kind of perfect. How about, you could also throw in Ricochet, etc. So yeah, there's an interesting one with Golden State. If they just go, look, I am sick of Jimmy Butler. Here's Johnny Kuminga. Here's Moses Moody. Here's all of our picks and all of our swaps. Give us Giannis. It's pretty interesting. I'm just saying. The thing with that is like Johnny Kuminga, come dog millionaire. He can't get traded until January 15th because he signed his contract so late. Spurs are a very fun one because they've got 1 million picks as well. Brooklyn's another one with lots of picks. But the Giannis trade chat is only going to get louder. It is hilarious. Like, yes, injuries suck. I get that. But literally the day that the trade chatter gets loudest and like the report is made that he wants to have a chat about his future, he goes down injured. So, yeah, karma is a bitch. All right, let's do some quick game wraps from today. We had some crackers. The Blazers beat the Cleveland. That's right.
Cleveland!
On a back-to-back, 122-110. Denny Utemaster went off his head, 27-8-7. The Cavs never got into a groove, and this is what happens to them sometimes. They just look a little bit janky. The Nuggets beat the Sands hell out of the Pacers, 135-120, because Jam and Jamal Murray played and went off his head. He's like, what ankle injury, Jim? And I'm like, well played, Jamal. 52! He hit 10 of 11 threes. It was crazy. The Spurs beat the Orlando Magic in a really fun game, 114-112. Magic came flying back into this and couldn't quite get their noses in front. Franz Wagner had a pretty good shot at the end of it to tie it up. Didn't get there. Clippers. There you go. They get rid of Chris Paul. Boom. They turn it all around. 115-92. They smoked the Hawks. 104. The Hornets got killed by the New York Knickerbockers in New York City. 119. LaMelo looked fine, but they lost. What's that correlation, Jim? That's the LaMelo correlation. The Nets beat the Bulls. Ruh-roh. Something stanks in Chicago. Josh Giddey had another triple-double, though. Michael Porter Jr. was fantastic. 113-103. The Bulls, embarrassing. The Kings, they lost to the Rockets, 95-121, because they're the Kings. And Maxime Renard had his best game as a pro. Love that. 25-6 for him. The Pistons lose to the Bucks without Giannis for the vast majority of the game because Ryan Rollins goes off his head. AJ Green just couldn't miss. They come flying back in this. Outscore them by 11 in the fourth quarter. The Pistons, Cade Cunningham airballed a 3 to tie it up. Right at the end of this, chaos. Cade ends up with a 17-7-7. Ryan Rollins outplays him 22-8. And the Heat got beaten by the Mavs because now they're back. They're 8-15 and looking pretty good now that AD's back and playing pretty awesomely. But also, they've started Ryan Nembhard again, and he was awesome. Again. Go figure. The Heat just looked a bit janky in this one. AD had like 1 million rebounds and 1 million points. It was like 17-17. Anyway, who was the NBA Straya Approved Performer of the Night, Jim?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's a knife. Jam and Jamal Murray, 52 points. 52. 10 of 11 from 3. Holy crap, that's efficient. 19 of 25 overall. Bloody hell. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Absolutely crushed the Pacers. Like, they sort of gave up the ghost a little bit later in this game, and like, you know, Jokic had to go back on the floor, and he's like, I was thinking about the horses. This is rubbish. Gets back out there, but Jamal Murray killed him. Absolutely awesome. What's his fourth 50-point game, which is crazy. The 28-11 for Gids. Nice triple-double there. 27-8-7 for Denny Utemaster. Avdia. You've got Şengün had 28-10 and 4 steals. 35-18 and 5 for Karl Anthony Towns as well, but he was playing Charlotte, so go figure. Spud of the night.
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Oh, my sweet baby Karras. My sweet baby Carrots Levert, 1 of 10. Not a great night in the game that they lose to the Bucks. Karras, you're breaking my heart. 1 of 9 for Lonzo Ball in a game that they lose to the Portland Trailblazers, the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2 of 13 for Darius Rucker, Judy Garland. That is horrible too. He has not quite hit his strap since coming back, has he? Andrew Wiggins went 4 of 18 as well. So, yeah, plenty of spuds floating around today, but no one shot the magic number. Boo. Who's old mate, no mates?
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? Well, it's obviously Chris Paul because they spent a 2-hour plane ride from Miami to Atlanta and got off that plane ride. That's enough. I can't deal with him anymore. I just can't deal with it. He's got to go. He's got to go. This is a team that celebrated the return of their all-conquering hero, the man who was behind Lob City, Chris Paul, Hall of Famer, the point god, and they get rid of him in the middle of the night in Atlanta. It just shows you what sort of organization the LA Clippers have always been, and will always continue to be. An absolute joke. But yeah, Chris Paul, like being hated so much by your team because you're trying to be a leader. And they're like, nah, that's enough of that. That is amazing, old mate, no mates. I love that. How about the pantsing of the night? Danny Wolf keeps just pantsing everybody. He was really good against the Bulls today, but the Bulls just as a collective whole were pants by the Nets. Like, it was hilarious. Out of the gate, the Bulls, they're at home. And they were wearing the sort of weird jerseys. I'm like, I don't know, you can't wear those again. You've lost to the Nets in them now. They're just forever cursed. So that was an all-time pantsing. But my favorite today was probably Moussa Diabate. Karl Anthony Towns kind of shot the ball over the top of him by like a meter or two, picked it back up, and then ran through 2 other dudes and dunked it. At which point, Moussa Diabate was rightly like, that's a travel. I didn't block that shot. What the hell? And the ref's like, nah, that was pretty sick. We're going to let it go. That is a pantsing. Finally, better Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons, and Bronny James.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Maxime Reno. I'm the Sacramento Kings. I mentioned him before. 25 points, 10 of 15 shooting. He looked really good. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. You little ripper. Because the Kings stink. Like, they suck. They're 5 and 17. They don't have the Souvlaki King Domantas Sabonis. Play Maxime Reno. He's awesome. Ryan Nembhard as well. Look, he just stepped into this role with the Mavs. He had 15, 5, and 13 today. He is awesome. And therefore, easily better than Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons, and Bronny James. The Aussie player watch very quickly today. I've already talked about Josh Giddey. It's because he had the 28, 11, 11. What's that? His 24th career triple-double. 10 of 14 from the floor. Great shooting. 0 of 2 from 3, though. He hasn't had too many games this year where he's gone 0 for from downtown, but that was a tough one. But he did go 8 of 11 at the free throw line, so that was good. Lockie Olbrick got out there for the Bulls as well in that game. He played 6 minutes, went 0 of 1 from the floor. It was a 3. He missed it. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 fouls because of the anti-Strayan refs. Dyson Daniels in that loss to the Clippers. He had 15 points, 6 of 13 shooting, 0 of 2 from deep, 3 for free at the free throw line as well. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals to go with 3 turnovers. We also had Johnny Furphy. Old Tins, he's back. He came back against Denver. He got 16 minutes of cardio. Ran around, didn't take a shot, got 2 rebounds and had 1 turnover. And also had a very, very funny photo of like Jamal Murray like yamming one and Furfs is just in the picture. It's a bit brutal, but, you know, you get that on the big jobs. Jamal's just, like, dropping back for this beautiful, beautiful jump shot, and Furphy's, like, so far away. Do-up, briefing the Cleveland game. Cleveland, 11 minutes, 4 points, 2 rebounds. He went 2 of 5 from the floor, 0 of 1 from downtown. Obviously, no Aussie Matty T, still recuperating from his UCL surgery. Tyrese Proctor copped did not play coach's decision in that same game as well. Right, how about tomorrow's games? Very quickly, remember you can find all of our picks over at Dabble. Use the code NBA Straya. Click on the links in our show description or in our social bios. I think I've got this 5 games tomorrow. I think I'm going to go with all the favorites. It's a bit weird because Golden State, no Steph, probably no Jimmy Butler, up against the Sixers team that's just like flying back and up and back and forth and off they go. 3.5 point favorites, the Sixers. I kind of like that, right? The Sixers, just don't play Embiid. I think we're done with the Embiid thing. Just don't play him, and the Sixers will be fine. There's no one who can stop Maxey on that Golden State team. And you know that Steph's not playing, so Draymond's going to try his hardest to get kicked out. So watch your back, Adam Boner. Boston go to Washington. The Wizards got their one win of the month the other day. Boston are 8.5-point favorites. I love Boston in this one. They're going to launch a million threes and probably smash Washington. Utah go to Brooklyn with the Nets coming off a weird win over the Bulls. The Nets have suddenly just won a couple of games, and you're like, what are you doing? You guys can't even tank properly. You're horrible. Stop it. Utah, they've actually got some proper NBA players. Lowry, Keontae, I think they'll be too good in Brooklyn. There's like always a weird Utah crowd when you go to a Nets game. Like a surprisingly large Jazz contingent. So I'm going to go the Jazz -4.5. Lakers, Toronto, awesome game. Probably no Luka. He's out for personal reasons apparently, which sucks for your NBA supercoach. Jeez, Jalen Johnson missed today as well. Anyway, Toronto -1.5. I like the Raptors. I like their size. I like their shot-making ability. I like their ball movement. I like everything about them. Lakers will have LeBron. They'll have Austin Reeves. It'll be a fun game, but I still like the Raptors at home. And then you got Minnesota against the New Orleans Pelicans, who were the Pelicans the other day in overtime. They really pushed the Wolves. I don't think the Wolves are going to discount them a second time, though. So I like the Wolves. 11.5 is a lot against a team that you just went to overtime with, though. Especially with the Wolves being in New Orleans for 2 nights. How many bowls of gumbo do you reckon Julius Randle's gotten into? How many illegitimate kids do you reckon Ant-Man's now going to have running around Louisiana in about 9 months' time? Over under 3.5? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go the Wolves. So there you go. That's it. The best and worst of the NBA today with NBA Straya. Make sure you tune into NBA Straya every day for the full shows 3 times a week. Everything NBA every single day. Subscribe or I am going to fight you. So this is NBA Straya saying, I'm going to good things tomorrow. Got a quick show tomorrow morning. I'm going to set you up for the weekend. It's going to be a cracker. I'll see you at good things. Drink a beer, seeing Tool and Weezer. Look after yourselves, would ya? Later, hosen.